then jumping into something else, apologies, this is part of the first Lego League. Now, it did take me a few weeks to get my head around this, so I'm going to try and be as concise as possible. But we are, as a school, are taking part in the Cargo Connect Challenge, which is part of the first Lego League. And within that challenge, we use the Spike robot and app. So that's what I'll be talking about today. I'll give you a wee bit of background about the challenge, and then we'll talk about the app and the robot, the fun stuff. So the education kind of aspect of this is it promotes STEM careers within school and gives children information about the careers that they can take when they get older within STEM. There's lots of engineering experience involved, lots of valuable team working skills, and it also builds on existing ICT skills. So the challenge comes with a set of lessons. It's for my stage, which is primary 6-7, but that can be up to third year. It's 12 2-hour lessons. So it's quite a lot, but it is really, really engaging and lots of fun. So the Cargo Connect Challenge, this is just our current challenge. There's lots of different challenges happen, and the children are asked to think about how we transport cargo and the most efficient and sustainable way to do that. So there's a lot of like real world learning involved in this as well. And the picture you can see here is a little picture of the game board. So it is technically a game, and they code a robot to take on challenges around the game board. So it's quite exciting that they can see it and then they can code it as well. In terms of their teamwork and cooperation, there's lots of roles within the team. It is a big challenge. That's why it took me a while to kind of get my head around it. But each person in the team has a role within their team, and it's important that they kind of take that on. So we've got our project manager, the coder who creates the code for the robot, and then our engineer who builds the robot. And then we also have a researcher, and they're the one that helps plan what the robot's going to do for the coder and the engineer. So I know that's a very, very brief description of the Cargo Challenge, but I just wanted to give that little bit of background before we talk about the actual robot itself. So this is the game board. The children set this up, so they build everything that's on it as part of the sessions leading up to the game. And it is Lego, but it's not the Lego as we know it. It's a little bit smaller. It's all over my classroom, but it's fine. It's fun. So this is the game board where the robot moves around. So I just thought I'd show you that to give you a little bit of insight into it. Now, this is the reason that I wanted to speak today, is about our robot friend. So there's lots of possibilities for the robot. It's really up to the children what they want their robot to do and how they want it to look. But there's so many tutorials and step-by-step lessons available to them online, and also available to teachers to help them along with that. So the features that the robot can have are its motors, which help it move, a distance sensor. So for example, with the coding, they can say when it senses something 5 centimetres away, it stops, or it turns, or it spins round, or it makes noise, which was lots of fun. And then a motion sensor and a colour sensor, and that helps the robot move around the game board. Now, this is the code. If you're not familiar with coding, it might look a bit overwhelming, but as I mentioned, there are sessions, and the children build on those skills through the sessions, and they help the teacher too. So I actually come from a coding background, and even with this type of coding, it was something new, and we were going through it together, learning about it. So the code tells their robot what to do on the game, and they have to put the code together and then upload it to their robot. And then they're not allowed to touch the robot for the rest of the game. So they have to really plan what the robot's going to do in the game and when it's going to do it the whole way through. So it's a big concept, but taking it little chunks at a time, it is really, really enhancing their learning and their skills as well. So this is just a little picture of my class actually doing it. You can see that there's things everywhere, Lego everywhere. But we are still in progress. We've not actually played the game yet, but in these pictures you can see the children are building the game board, the aspects that the robot will interact with. and then they're coding their robots as well. So that's what we can see in this right-hand picture here. It's all done online and it's really easy for the children to follow. And then when it comes to it, they can look back and see how much they've achieved and learned, and I'm really enjoying it. I would recommend it. And I just wanted to say that the robots are available out with the challenge, so you have to sign up for the challenge. As far as I'm aware, it's free and you get chosen. So we were very lucky, we got chosen and we received 3 robots and 3 expansion packs, but these can be purchased on their own, but they come in about £200 to £300, and £100 for an expansion pack. So I would recommend going through the challenge, and that way it saves some money for the school. But that's me. I'm sorry for giving you all that information in one go. I hope that some of it made sense, and just lots of fun things that I've done with my class. So thank you, and I've popped my email there just in case you have any questions later on.